everybody and welcome back to the English class. My name is Arti and today we are going to read Std.Five English chapter 18 Weeds in the Garden. The story Weeds in the Garden tries to bring out the importance of correcting children and imbibing good habits at the right time. Imbibe is to take in or receive and absorb into the mind. What are weeds? Weed is any wild plant that grows in an unwanted place, especially in a garden or field where it prevents the cultivated plants from growing freely. Most of the parents like to fulfill the wishes of their children. They feel sorry when they cannot indulge their kids or when they have to scold them. Fulfill is to do something that is expected, hoped for, or promised, or to cause it to happen. Indulge is to allow yourself or another person to have something enjoyable, especially more than is good for you. And when even a scolding has no effect, the parents become very unhappy. Such was the case with Anshuman and his parents. Scolding is the act of speaking angrily to someone because you disapprove of their behavior. Anshuman's parents had noticed that he was developing some bad habits. Naturally, they began to warn him time and again, but all in vain. Warn is to make someone realize a possible danger or problem, especially one in the future. All in vain is a phrase which means unsuccessful or useless, failing to achieve a purpose. Anshuman just wouldn't listen. He refused to believe that he was letting those bad habits get a hold over him. Have a hold over or have a hold on means have a controlling influence over. Anshuman in this story develops bad habits. His parents try their best to advise him to get out of it, but in vain. Gentle words, strict warnings, a scolding now and then. His parents tried everything short of beating him up. Gentle words means kind or soft words. Short of means not including or without. And that they would never do. However unhappy they themselves were, they wanted to be loving and gentle as they tried to correct their son's ways. Soon an opportunity presented itself. Anshuman had gone to stay on his grandfather's farm with his parents. Opportunity is an occasion or situation that makes it possible to do something that you want to do or have to do, or the possibility of doing something. Anshuman's parents get a chance to correct him when they go to stay on his grandfather's farm. Early one morning, his father took him for a walk around the farm. He was describing the specialities of various plants and vines and bushes and trees to Anshuman. Speciality is a distinguishing trait or a distinctive quality or feature. Vine is any type of plant that climbs or grows along the ground and has twisting stems. Suddenly, he stopped and pointed at a small seedling growing near a plant. Anshuman, that's a weed. Can you pull it out? Seedling is a very young plant that has grown from a seed. Anshuman had no difficulty in pulling all of the small seedling out. Good, said his father, and they continued with their walk. After a while, they came upon the same weed, but there it had grown slightly bigger. Anshuman's father told him to pull out this plant too. He told him to uproot the weed carefully, making sure that no trace of the root was left in the soil. After a while means after some time has passed. Uproot is to pull a plant including its roots out of the ground. Otherwise, the weed can grow again. He won't. Anshuman uprooted the plant carefully, twisting it and pulling it hard so that the whole of it came out. Twist is to turn something, especially repeatedly, or to turn or wrap one thing around another. While taking a walk on the farm, Anshuman's father points out to the weeds growing between the plants. He explains to Anshuman how these weeds are harmful to the plants on the farm. He tells him that if the weeds are not pulled out at the right time, its roots would grow deeper into the soil and thus destroy the plants. Then his father drew his attention to the same weed growing at some distance. There it had grown into a big plant with tiny flowers and dark fruit. That could be quite dangerous. We mustn't leave it growing there. Take it out, said Anshuman's father. Anshuman held the plant in his hands and gave it a tug. The weed didn't move at all. He pulled harder and harder, but to no avail. Tug means to pull something quickly and usually with a lot of force. To no avail means without any success or any effect, ineffective. I can't get this out, exclaimed Anshuman. It has gone too deep into the soil. So then his father brought some implements. They dug around the weed and with great effort pulled it out. Implement is a tool or other piece of equipment for doing work. Dug is past simple and past participle of dig. Dug means to break up and move soil using a tool, a machine, or your hands. When they were returning home after the hard work, Anshuman's father mentioned, habits are like weeds. The longer you allow them to grow, the harder it is to uproot them. It is wise to get rid of them when it is easy to do so. Habit means something that you do often and regularly, sometimes without knowing that you are doing it. To get rid of means to remove something that you do not want any longer. Anshuman realized the truth in his father's words. Throughout his life, he never forgot that early morning walk on the farm with his father. Dear children, Anshuman's father compares the weeds to bad habits which should be pulled out before the roots grow deeper and destroy a healthy plant. In the same way, if we don't get rid of bad habits in time, it will be difficult to reform or change oneself and will destroy the person's character. Anshuman realizes his mistake and becomes a changed person. Dear children, if you have any bad habits like biting your nails, playing games on the mobile or laptop for a long time, not studying at all, waking up late in the morning, using abusive or insulting words, get rid of the bad habits today itself right now, or else the bad habits will completely interrupt your life and prevent you from accomplishing your goals. That would be all for today. Thank you for watching this video.